All right, the days of China being known only as the place where you could source cheap products from is over. It's a country that is increasingly innovating in a number of critical areas. Well, Garikai Matambo is from Africa TMT Industry and believes it could be a key in helping Africa with its developmental issues. He joins us now from our Cape Town studio. Garikai, good evening. So China, it still has that narrative, doesn't it, attached to it, that loans with conditions will be given to Africa, it chases resources, but you say it could be different because of innovation lately.
Absolutely, and thank you for having me online today. The China-Africa relationship really has matured over time, and our relationship as South Africa and the African continent in general has evolved from one where it's lopsided to a mutually beneficial. I mean, our governments are working really, really hard around that. And as Deloitte predicts in our predictions around, China being taking the lead in building the blocks that enable technological and digital advancement in our enterprises, is really one of the things that Africa is benefiting from, especially in South Africa.
Now, I mean, you could see Deloitte predicting that innovation around online shopping, mobile payments, I mean, these deal with communities that are hundreds of millions of people. And I suppose this is where African countries can really gain, because the insight from those operations, you assume or presumably would be used to pilot some projects here in Africa.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the good thing is that the large number of people, I mean, looking at a 1.3 billion population, enables a lot of innovation, and Chinese government and private sector to innovate, giving us a nice petri dish of data on latest technological advancement or initiatives, even examples with the unstaffed shops. So that gives us, as Africa, an opportunity to assess what works and what might not work on our continent.
I mean, the thing that really interested me as part of some of these innovations mentioned is the piloting the use of this automated facial recognition to detect illegal aliens using a false identity. Now, remarkable move. I'm not quite sure whether that's really a good thing and a bad thing, just given the politics around that particular subject. But certainly is a good innovation.
Well, look, when we look at the predictions, we're looking at the core foundations of what enables some of these technological advancements. So at the core, fiber to the home and 3G, 5G, 4G, 5G being building blocks that enable machine learning, AI, fingerprint authentication, which ultimately builds, these new business models. So definitely, facial recognition is part and parcel of these technological advancements that enable different institutions to apply as they see fit. And a lot of tests are happening from a security point of view, as you allude to. So definitely, building blocks in China, setting a pace for Africa in terms of what will work and what will not work.
Just finally, what would be the single most significant low-hanging fruit in terms of innovation coming out of China that may assist some of the poverty challenges we have on the continent?
Well, the bilateral agreements at a government level, a high level, definitely are setting the pace in terms of the agreements that have to be mutually beneficial. From a technological point of view, innovations that curb, independent power supplies, that support our technological infrastructures, our beaming systems, our telecoms networks. Those innovations will definitely be key, especially when hit with natural disasters and communication has to happen. 5G testing labs in China, an enterprise business model that could be adopted for some of our institutions, our search and rescue institutions, and institutions that are looking to be more forward-thinking within Africa. So all of these innovative initiatives happening in China are lessons to learn from an Africa point of view.
All right, thanks very much indeed, Garikai Matambo of Africa TMT.